Shericka Jackson crushed all in her 200-meter season opener at the all-comers number 3 last weekend. Will we see a sub-22 200-meter run from her this weekend in Rabat? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here on Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoyed the content, please hit that like button. And finally, leave your thoughts after this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, are you ready? Yeah, good to go. Well, last weekend, at the all-comers number 3, which took place at the National Stadium on May the 20th, Saturday that is, we saw the fastest living woman in the women's 200 meters and the second fastest all-time, the reigning world champion from 2022. The superwoman, Shericka Jackson, opened her season in the 200 meters with a splendiferous run. She absolutely crushed all. I mean, she was a clear 10 meters ahead of the entire field. Jackson ran 22.25 to win, ahead of Stephanie Ann McPherson, also of MVP Track Club, who ran 23.38 to take that second spot, with Tatjana Pinto of Elite Track Club running 23.74, taking that crucial third spot.
First real treat of the evening, Shericka Jackson goes in lane number 4. Look at her already cover the rest of the field. Shericka Jackson transitioning beautifully down the stretch, has already shown fabulous form at 100 and 400 this season, and in her 200 season opener she produces another fabulous performance. Shericka Jackson 22.18. That is a fine way to open her campaign over 200 meters. Positive 1.1 meters per second the wind speed, the time adjusted 22.26 for Shericka Jackson. 23.38 for Stephanie Ann McPherson in second. Ariana Pinto gets third at 23.74, and Moody finishes in fourth position. Shericka Jackson with a...
Now, we also saw her set a remarkable world leading time at that time of 10.82 in the women's 100 meters at the same national stadium, however not in the same meet.
Off they go for the A-final of the women's 100 meters. Shericka Jackson got up well. She already takes control of this race. Shericka Jackson will clear on the field. Look at that time! 10.80. Negative 0.1 meters per second. The wind speed 10.82. Ladies and gentlemen, the fastest time in the world this year. 8 after the test record, Shericka Jackson. That looked ominous. We're still in April. 10.82. 11.09 for Natasha Morrison in second. She's in fine form as well. 11.11 for Anthony Strawn of the Bahamas in third. Shashali Forbes.
This weekend, Jackson is set to run her second 200 meters for the 2023 season at the Rabat Diamond League. She faces Gina Bass, Tamara Davis of the United States, Basante Hamida, Anna Ortonique Strawn, and Kalia White. So this is a decent 200 meter field, to be honest with you. Kalia White, Strawn, and Davis are serious competitors and should be taken seriously. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think we'll see our first sub-22 from this remarkable Shericka Jackson? Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. We've seen her run a few 60. We've seen her run a few 100 meters, including the second fastest time, I believe, of the year so far. Am I correct? Or the third fastest at this point, which is a 10.82. I believe the second fastest goes to Marie-Josée Talou of the Ivory Coast at this point. But the fact is, Shericka Jackson looks good, and her prep is a little different from most. She's really at this point just working on her technicalities. She's just working to make sure that when she transitions off that curve, her start is right on the 200, her mid race is right, transition is correct. She's not rocking back and forth, bodies in the right position, going through. She's just working on the technicalities of the race at this point. We know that she has a speed. We know that she will only get faster. We saw her do this last year. This seems to be her MO, and she did it actually in the year before in 2021 also. So as I said, I am expecting an easy sub 10.7 this year from her, and I am anticipating something really, really fast in both the 100 meters and the 200 meters from Shericka Jackson. Seriously. As to whether or not I think we'll see her first sub 22 for the 2023 season, this one is hard to tell because, like I said, Jackson and her coaching staff there at MVP, they're really not concerned with certain things. They know she has the speed. So this is really about the technicalities. And the truth is, there's really no one in this race who can actually really press her at this point in time. She is the best 200-meter runner alive. That's just facts. She's the second fastest all time with that insane 21.45, which I think she will better this year, given the right circumstances, right wind, fast enough track, right, she's healthy, etc. And if she has someone to press her. Now, I'm not underestimating the athletes that she's lined up against her in Rabat. They're very good athletes. They're all top tier, but they're not Elaine Thompson-Herah. They're not the current Sha'Carri Richardson who ran that insane 22. They're not Dina Asher-Smith. They're not Shelley. They're great athletes, but I'm not sure if they can press her. Secondarily, the way she and her team structures her race, I don't think they're concerned about her running a sub 22 at this point in time. I mean, she could do it. There's a possibility. It's like a 50-50, but I personally think at this point, she's just going out to work on the technicalities of the race. She wants to ensure that. In fact, I'm not even sure if she even cares about winning, to be very frank with you. Based on what we saw her do last year, they're working on the technicalities of the 200 meters. They want to ensure that by the time she gets to the national trials, and definitely by the time she gets to World Championship, the race is perfect. Because we know her fastest speed in the 100 is that insane 10.71. Okay, that's seriously fast. Seriously, I think that's sixth fastest all time or fifth fastest all time. We know with the 21.45, it goes without saying. In the 200 meters, she's pretty much unbeatable. So really what they're working on at this point is the technicalities. So I am not convinced that we might actually see a sub 22. If we do, it'll be nice, but I don't think that's their major, point of contention. I don't think her team or herself are really concentrating on her running that. I think she'll run something close to a 22. And if she dips below the 22, that'll be a nice treat. But I don't think that's really important to her this early in her prep. They're really just working on the technical aspect of her race. Like I said, she already has the stamina from the 400 meters, the strength. We know that from the 200 meters, she had the speed from that 10.71. This is really now about her technical race. That's her thing. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Remember, you're royals, kings, and queens. Bless up!